From the practice facility of the Joe Kraft Center, I'm Jennifer Palumbo along with EJ Floreal as my co-host this week. Thank you so much for being here.
I'm glad to be here. Thank you.
You are from California, but you came to Lexington your senior year of high school so that your dad, Edric Floreal, could take the job as track coach at UK. You are an incredibly talented athlete, but your family is incredibly talented as well. Your mom is an Olympic medalist. Your dad was in the Olympics. What is it like having that much talent in your family?
It causes a lot of competitions and everything. Everything we do, we're always trying to win. That's just how all of us are, including my little sister. I just want it to be known I am the best athlete in my family. Mom, dad, sis, it's me.
Your mom has an Olympic medal, though.
I'm faster, I jump higher, I'm stronger than she ever was. She might have the medal, but you know, good things are gonna come my way.
Has your dad ever tried to get you to run track here at UK?
He has, and we came to an agreement that we both spoke about, so we know when the time comes, if it comes.
There may be an opportunity for you to do that as well.
It's possible. It's not a high possibility, but you never know.
You came to Kentucky as a walk-on and earned a scholarship in your sophomore season. What's it been like for you, your time here at UK on this team?
It's been a learning experience. I've just been learning, trying to take everything in that I can. I was not really around a big basketball family, so being around a program of this stature is just mind-blowing.
There are 2 games left in the regular season. As you look back on this season from the Bahamas until now, what really stands out to you?
The Bahamas. Last year we had a couple guys come in late, having to take care of whatever they had to do, and we had a lot of the camaraderie that we have this year we weren't able to get as early as last year. So that whole Bahamas trip, having everybody there, we all got so much closer, and people came out of their shells like Derek and Dom, and we really got to see, how funny and how cool everyone is to be around.
Well, we will have more with EJ when we come back, and coming up, we're going to rewind to 2010, a great UK road game that had DeMarcus Cousins telling fans, "Call me." But first, a look back at this week's UK-Mississippi State game in Starkville.
Top of the circle for Mississippi State, guarded by Lyles, who knocks it loose. Scramble for it. Towns digs it out. Pass ahead to Andrew Harrison. Kicks it left side to Aaron. Aaron drives for the bucket. Banks it up and in. And Kentucky leads 4-0. Dumps it to Towns. Down on the block. Towns turns into the paint. Right hand jump hook. Good. Reddy racing into front court. Down the lane. To the rim. Blocked by Towns. Off the board. Gathered in by Harrison. Over to Lyles. Back to Andrew. Lob. Dunk. Trey Lyles. Nice fast break between the two cats. It's by Ulis, goes in low, shoots blocked by Lee, and Ulis trying to save it inbounds. Does. Johnson taps it over to Aaron Harrison, throws it ahead to Booker. One dribble, leans in, banks it up and in. Lyles has it, guarded out front by Houston. Off to Booker, right elbow jumper. This one's good. Didn't get hit that time, did he? Off to Harrison, dumps it to Lyles down on the right baseline. Backing in, gets into the paint, jump stop, flips it up and in. Count it! And a foul on Mississippi State. Aaron drives to the baseline, goes for the bucket, wraparound feed to Lyles, who puts it up and in. Oh, he had to find that ball in traffic, did so with the great hands and scored at 13 for Trey Lyles. Dakari dribbles left, hands it to Aaron, gets into the paint, to the rim, finger roll, good. Andrew to the top of the key, picks up his dribble over to Ulis, 4 seconds, deep 3, left wing, good for Tyler Ulis. And that gets us to the end of the first half. Booker on the right wing. Dumps it down low to Towns on the block. Back to Booker. Open 3. Right corner. Got it. Andrew Harrison racing into front court with the pass. Off to Aaron at the top of the key. Fires it down low and Towns puts it in. Aaron tries to drive. He's cut off. 9 on the shot clock. Back to Andrew. To Booker in the right corner. 18-footer. Good. Rebounded by Towns. Outlet to midcourt to Booker. Booker down the lane. Lob. Slam. Dunk for Willie Cauley-Stein. It's Towns down the lane. Slam. Dunk. You'll see that one again tonight on Sports Center. Pulls it ahead to Harrison, up to Booker, right baseline, drives, misses, rebounded by Lyles, leans back, banks it in, and a foul on Sword. Count it for Trey Lyles. Now drives forward. Here's another lob, slam dunk for Aaron Harrison. Came in off the left baseline, caught it with his right hand, slammed it in one motion. Wow.
This is Kentucky Basketball, is presented by Kentucky One Health and is brought to you by Brick Street Insurance, Delta Dental, Kentucky Community and Technical College System, Kentucky Farm Bureau, and by the Kentucky Office of Highway Safety.
5 years ago, UK played at Mississippi State. It was a game that got a lot of attention because somehow the Bulldogs fans were able to get DeMarcus Cousins' phone number. They flooded him with calls and text messages. What do you remember about that?
I don't remember, a whole lot in the entirety because I wasn't that enamored with Kentucky basketball at the time. But I do know that they ended up getting his number, and DeMarcus was having, one of the DeMarcus's games, and him being him, he decided to, let everybody know that, call me, just because he went out there and balled.
That's right. Well, DeMarcus had the last lap, and Kentucky ended up with the win. Here's this week's flashback.
This UK Flashback is brought to you by Kentucky One Health.
It was February 16, 2010. John Calipari's first Wildcats squad had rung up 19 straight wins to start the season, and now we're locked in a tough matchup with Mississippi State. Trailing by 7 with just 2:45 left to play, Cal's Cats held State scoreless for the final 4.5 minutes to send the game into overtime. The game was marred by a record-setting crowd of nearly 11,000 at the Hump, which got a little rowdy near the end of regulation. Water bottles rained down on the floor, one nearly hitting UK guard John Wall. Wall was brilliant, scoring 18 points on the night, leading the Cats to an 81-75 win in overtime to go 25-1 on the year. DeMarcus Cousins and Patrick Patterson each scored 19. For Cousins, the win was particularly sweet. Earlier in the week, Bulldogs fans got his cell number and texted and left messages on his phone. He flashed this "call me" gesture after grabbing a rebound and throwing it back down for the slam. Cousins also snared 14 rebounds to record his 8th straight double-double.
This UK Flashback was brought to you by Kentucky One Health.
Have you ever had an instance where fans were trying to get under your skin before a game?
Yeah, the game in Gainesville, a couple of fans got one of my social medias, and they were blowing me up, all Florida fans, and it was all fun and games and funny, but that's the first time I ever had somebody, find one of my personal social medias and really try to take up some of my time.
What were they saying to you? What were the messages?
You guys are Gator bait. Game day's here. We're coming for you. Can't wait. Here we come. Y'all in trouble. Stuff like that. And
just like in the case with the UK-Mississippi State game 5 years ago, you all had the last laugh.
Yeah, we did. I'm glad we did, too.
Is there a road environment that is more intimidating? Like, what would you say is the hardest place to play?
I've only been to Arkansas once because we didn't get to go this year, but Arkansas is always tough. Florida is probably one of the toughest I've ever seen just because it's so small, but the fact that they pack it with students and loud fans makes it outrageous. LSU was tough this year. They had every seat was filled and it was loud. Just any place where it's more students than it is anything else because the students are always screaming and everything.
When we come back, we're going to take you inside the play and this week's Meet a Wildcat. That's next on This is Kentucky Basketball.
Hello, Big Blue Nation. I'm Barry Rawson, and here's this week's edition of Inside the Play. This week, we'll go to our Tennessee game, where with Tennessee up by 1 point, right, we put on pressure defense. In this instance, it's our man press with Andrew on the basketball. Everybody else picks up their man, okay, full court. Okay, doing a good job, staying in front, okay, not letting anybody get behind them so they can throw the basketball long. The option that they're left with, all right, is a pass into what's going to become a sea of blue right there. All right, Tyler Eulis puts good pressure on the basketball, all right, comes up with the steal, all right, has the presence of mind to hit a cutting teammate right here, Willie Cauley-Stein, okay, for a dunk. With that basket, okay, we now put the Wildcats up by 1 point, and the change of momentum was very big because Wildcats never trailed again in the game from that point on.
This week's Meet a Wildcat is senior Todd Lanter. He had a big moment in a game last week.
Yeah, Samuel Todd Lanter got his first career point on a splashing three. He's got the 3-point percentage. He leads the nation now, so congrats to him.
All right, here's this week's Meet a Wildcat, Todd Lanter.
Meet a Wildcat is brought to you by Window World, the preferred window installers of the Big Blue Nation.
Game-winning shot, just because that's something you've always dreamed about from, being young. Hit it, crowd goes wild. Christmas, just because of the mood everybody's in, and it's a little the only good part about winter, I guess. Flying, just because it's, everybody wants to fly.
Meet a Wildcat was brought to you by Window World, the preferred window installers of the Big Blue Nation.
Of course, Todd Lanter played at Dunbar High School in Lexington, and you did as well, although you guys weren't there at the same time.
We weren't. I played there my senior year. He played there too. So shout out to Dunbar, BDN, always supports. And then I can't leave out my California boys, so shout out to Palo Alto High School. The team that almost beat Deer Valley a couple years ago.
Do you still keep up with Dunbar?
I'd keep up with my friends. Those are some friends that I hopefully stay with me lifelong, and same with the kids from California.
When we come back, we have another special guest besides EJ who will be joining us, Marcus Lee. You don't want to miss that, so stay with us here on This is Kentucky Basketball.
Everything we do here is routine. The places where I've coached, whether it be my last years at Memphis, my last years at UMass, we were the biggest game on everybody's schedule. So every game had an importance. The whole idea was, how do we keep them at a certain level? Sometimes they'll go up a little bit, sometimes down a little bit, but we can't be down here. We don't need games up there, we just can't have them down here. So we want them in this range. Well, what happens is you got to be consistent in how you prepare. You got to be consistent as a coach, the energy you bring. They can't see you more hyped up for the North Carolina game and then go to North Carolina A&T and get beat because you acted like it didn't matter. Everything we do, from the board to how we travel to how we eat on the road, our meeting times, all the same. It doesn't matter who we're playing. Every game is important when you are being hunted by everybody, when you have the bullseye on your back that's that big. Every game is important.
Hey, welcome back to This is Kentucky Basketball. My name is Marcus Lee, and this is EJ Floriel, and instead of giving you somebody else, we're going to just take over and do it ourselves as a team. If you have any questions for Coach Cal, please go to his mailbag on his Facebook. For now, I'm going to ask EJ a couple questions. EJ, why do you always wear the same stuff I wear?
Okay, well, I wear this first, that's number one. Number two, I think that, you got to be comfy, and obviously you got great style, so you decide the same thing.
Great answer. I like that answer. I have another question. Have you seen Coach Cal run on the treadmill?
Yeah.
What do you think of that? Honestly.
Does Coach Cal see this?
Does Coach Cal see this? No? Okay, you can answer this.
I think that I'm glad the man's getting his exercise, but he needs to either up the speed or just do something else.
Who's your roommate on the away games?
Marcus Lee.
What do y'all do? I say y'all like I'm not that guy, but what do we do?
On a typical away game, we sit there for about 35 minutes trying to find something on the TV. Once we can't find nothing, we go to ESPN.
What?
Huh?
On what?
On what?
On what show?
ESPN?
ESPN.
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 We get tired of reruns, so we end up watching cartoons, my choice. Marcus doesn't like the cartoons. We argue. Marcus falls asleep.
And who usually comes in our room and tries to mess with our daily thing?
Carl Anthony Towns, but I think Carlito has something to do with that.
Once again, Carlito has come and foiled everything. I have no more questions.
Thank you.
Thank you.
A big thanks to your buddy Marcus Lee for stopping by and taking over the job of co-host. He did a great job, didn't he?
He did. He's a funny guy. Funny guy.
You are known for your dunks. Are you a better dunker than Marcus?
Yes, I am 10 times the dunker Marcus Lee is.
What is your favorite dunk of this season that you have seen? Because we have seen some great dunks from this team.
The best dunk I've seen this year would have to be Willie on the Robinson kid from Florida.
Devin Robinson?
Yes, that was outrageous, and at a time where the game was, going back and forth, and that really gave us the energy and the excitement to separate from them.
As you look at this team and this season, what will you remember most as the season continues and into the postseason?
I just remember how all of us have each other's back and how close we are. Just, the fact that, when one person has a bad game and someone else has a great one, they can still support them and not worry about themselves.
Well, we wish you all the best with the rest of the season. You did a great job. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And coming up this week, the Cats will hit the road to Georgia on Tuesday, and then it will be senior day at Rupp Arena against Florida. We leave you now with a look back at the UK-Arkansas game Saturday night in Rupp Arena. Thanks for joining us.
He's met by Anton Beard, who stands only 6 feet tall. To Towns, right elbow, lob and a dunk for Lyles. He spins and drives it up the right side with a left-hand dribble. Hesitates, down the lane, floater, no. Rebound, Towns turns, banks it up and in. And a steal begets a steal. Here comes Kentucky. Andrew Harrison, 3-ball, left wing, good. Walls drives on Lee, left-hand shot, no good. Rebounded by Johnson. Lyles out ahead of the pack. Good pass, drive, dunk. Dakari Johnson finds him, the quarterback. 5:40 to play in the first half. It goes to Cauley Stein, left of the lane. Double team, spins, baseline, handoff, Booker, layup, good. That's been an issue for Arkansas. They're last in the league at denying offensive rebounds. Booker in the lane, lob, slam, dunk for Trey Lyles. Pass to Towns, right of the lane. Turns into the paint, now goes baseline, jump hook, good. To Booker. Hogs trying to trap in the half court. Here's a lob and a dunk. Booker to Town. One dribble, fires it out to Ulis, makes the jump pass, feeds Cauley Stein, goes up and dunks it. Madden down the lane to the rim, shot blocked by Towns, tapped out to Lyles, outlet to Booker. He's behind the defense, two-hand slam. Starts right, then changes direction. Gets into the lane, down the paint, flips it up and in. A little hesitation at that SEC logo, and then he drove and flipped up the left-hand runner. And Aaron Harrison forces a walking call by Madden in backcourt. 10:15 to play. A steal by Andrew Harrison on the pass to the left wing. Drives off to Booker, down the middle, layup, good. 24-point lead, the largest of the day for Kentucky. Ulis starts left and bounces to Cauley Stein at the head of the key, dumps it into Lyles, down low, right-hand hook, good. 71-47, Kentucky in front, running some clock now. Booker left side, hits an 18-foot ball away. Hooks a pass to Cauley Stein, quickly out to Ulis, drives into the paint, angles right and banks it in. Works back toward the middle, 6 seconds to shoot. Between the legs, fakes, leans in, gets bumped by Portis, gets the ball back, shoots and hits, just ahead of the shot clock buzzer. Over to Cauley Stein at the left elbow, 5 to shoot. Cauley Stein drives on Portis, goes for the dunk and didn't get the dunk, but the ball went in anyway.
This is Kentucky Basketball, was presented by Kentucky One Health and was brought to you by Kroger, Safelite Auto Glass, Time Warner, Toyota, and by the UPS Store.